Do you know what is silently destroying your body from the inside right now? It is not that layer of subcutaneous fat, the jiggly, soft fat that you can easily pinch with your fingers around your waistline, your hips, or your thighs. No, it is far more dangerous than that. It is visceral fat, a monster fat that is quietly suffocating your liver, your heart, your kidneys, and your intestines. You cannot see it from the outside, but it acts just like an active toxic chemical factory, constantly releasing inflammatory molecules called cytokines into your bloodstream, damaging your blood vessels, clogging your arteries, and acting as a dangerous, ticking time bomb for cancer, stroke, fatty liver, and type 2 diabetes. And the most frustrating, terrifying part, you can eat incredibly clean, you can exercise like crazy in the gym, but that stubborn belly still sticks out, and you still feel chronically exhausted. Why? Because visceral fat is absolutely not afraid of starvation, and it does not care about calorie counting. It operates by a completely different set of rules, the strict rules of hormones. The good news is, this dangerous type of fat is extremely responsive to targeted biological shifts. With just 20 days of understanding how to manipulate its rules, you can completely turn the tables, forcing your body to unlock and drop this stubborn, visceral fat without spending a single dollar on expensive fat burners. We are not talking about empty, generic fitness theories here. In today's video, you will discover exactly what you need to do starting tomorrow morning to rescue your internal organs and reclaim your metabolic health. Welcome back to Shiny Vital, the ultimate space that delivers actionable, science-backed knowledge to help you achieve a vibrant, high-energy body. If you want to protect your system from being silently destroyed by visceral fat, and if you want to take total control of your longevity, hit that subscribe button right now and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a vital medical secret. To trigger this 20-day metabolic biohack immediately, we must start by completely auditing your very first morning habit. The crucial window where a simple ritual can wake up your entire fat-burning engine. Stop reaching for your phone and stop pouring a strong, acidic cup of coffee into a completely empty stomach the moment you open your eyes. Doing this spikes your waking cortisol, your main stress hormone, which screams at your body to hold on to fat for survival. If you want to kill visceral fat, your number one priority for the next 20 days is controlling your blood sugar from the very first minute you wake up. The Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health has warned that how you start your morning determines whether your body chooses to burn fat or store fat for the next 24 hours. Your first metabolic weapon is a large glass of warm water mixed with 2 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice and 1 tablespoon of organic, raw apple cider vinegar containing the mother. Listen to Dr. Carol Johnston, a leading researcher and professor at Arizona State University who has dedicated years to studying this exact mechanism. She explains that the acetic acid in apple cider vinegar has the incredible ability to stop insulin resistance, a dangerous condition where your cells become numb to insulin, forcing your body to pump out more of this fat-storing hormone. By improving insulin sensitivity, you force your cells to open up and consume glucose properly, preventing it from turning into visceral fat around your liver and gut. But to turn this simple morning drink into a true modern biohacking superpower, throw in a small pinch of mineral-rich Himalayan pink salt or pure sea salt. This is a lightning-fast cellular hydration trick that protects your adrenal glands, the tiny glands sitting on top of your kidneys that produce stress hormones, from being overloaded after a long night of fasting. Right after drinking it, take your glass and step outside onto your porch, your balcony, or stand right next to a bright window, letting natural, unfiltered sunlight hit your eyes for 5 to 10 minutes. Researchers at the National Institutes of Health have proven that early morning sunlight exposure is the most powerful environmental cue to instantly shut down the sleep hormone melatonin while optimizing your body's fat-burning circadian rhythm. Now, let's talk about an ultra-hot trend sweeping the wellness world right now: activating brown adipose tissue, or BAT. Unlike regular white fat, which stores energy, brown fat is packed with mitochondria and actually burns calories to generate heat. To stimulate this, many top biohackers are now combining their morning drink with an ice water face plunge for 30 seconds. This sudden cold stimulus activates the vagus nerve, triggers a rush of norepinephrine, and flips your brown fat into overdrive, forcing your body to incinerate visceral white fat from the inside out. Now, a quick, actionable note. The natural acidity of lemon and apple cider vinegar can temporarily soften your tooth enamel, so always use a straw to drink it and rinse your mouth with plain water immediately after to protect your teeth. It is simple, it costs nothing, but the total digestive and metabolic activation will blow your mind in just 1 week. Once your digestive system is perfectly awake, we must look at what happens when you sit down for your main meals, where a secret about food sequencing will lock down your fat-storing hormone, insulin, for good. Many people fail on their weight loss journeys because they are too obsessed with what to eat, while completely forgetting a critical biological factor: in what order to eat it. If you sit down at the dinner table and immediately reach for the bread basket, chips, or even a sweet piece of fruit, you are manually commanding your body to store visceral fat. Dr. Louis Aron, a leading authority on obesity medicine at Weill Cornell Medicine in New York, conducted rigorous clinical trials on food order and reached a conclusion that completely flips old dietary habits on their head. Eating your protein and vegetables first radically changes your metabolic outcome. When you put eggs, chicken, beef, or fish into your stomach first, your body triggers the release of a hormone called GLP-1, which naturally suppresses your appetite and dramatically slows down the emptying rate of your stomach. By the time you eat carbohydrates at the very end of the meal, the glucose enters your bloodstream at a slow, gentle crawl, completely avoiding a massive glucose spike. This means your pancreas doesn't need to flood your system with insulin, and keeping insulin low is the ultimate biological prerequisite for visceral fat to be pulled out of storage and burned for fuel. This concept has exploded into an ultra-hot wellness trend across America right now, driven by the widespread use of continuous glucose monitors, or CGMs. People are wearing these tiny sensors on their arms and realizing that eating the exact same meal, but simply changing the order to vegetables first, followed by protein and fats, and finishing with carbs, can flatten their blood sugar curves by up to 50%. The fiber layer from the vegetables enters your digestive tract first, creating a thick, gelatinous biological mesh along your intestinal walls, which acts as a barrier that slows down glucose absorption to the absolute maximum. If you are a busy professional who travels or eats out frequently, the popular trend of using organic apple cider vinegar gummies or drinking a bottle of unsweetened raw kombucha 15 minutes before a meal is a fantastic modern alternative to activate these exact same digestive enzymes when you cannot control your food order. Changing your food sequence does not require you to starve for a single minute, yet its clinical effect on reducing visceral fat is far more powerful than any restrictive, miserable, low-calorie diet. Alongside eating in the right order, your body needs to be fueled with the right strategic, nutrient-dense raw materials to actively repair your internal organs, destroying dangerous fat at its root rather than starving your cells into submission. If you want your body to willingly let go of its visceral fat reserves, you must show it that it is being fully nourished, not starved in a state of survival panic. It is time to throw those ultra-processed, low-fat diet foods straight into the trash and load your kitchen with 5 strategic, metabolism-boosting superfoods. First, whole eggs, and please completely drop the outdated, unscientific fear of egg yolks. The American Heart Association has confirmed that egg yolks are the richest dietary source of choline, an absolute must-have nutrient for your liver to process and export fat. A sluggish, toxic, fatty liver is the ultimate breeding ground for visceral fat accumulation. The second food is wild-caught salmon, the ultimate anti-inflammatory weapon packed with omega-3 fatty acids to extinguish the chronic, low-grade inflammation deep inside your organs, while providing bioavailable zinc and B vitamins to help your brain manage stress. Next is a daily cup of wild blueberries, which are packed with powerful antioxidants called anthocyanins that scientifically make your muscle cells more insulin sensitive. To round it out, incorporate extra virgin olive oil to lubricate your anti-inflammatory pathways, and plain, full-fat Greek yogurt. To ride the wave of the massive gut health movement happening right now, health experts are urging people to look beyond just yogurt and incorporate traditional fermented foods rich in live, active cultures like kimchi, sauerkraut, or natto. A diverse, thriving gut microbiome sends direct signals through the gut-brain axis to shut down intense sugar cravings and reduce systemic inflammation, which is a major driver of visceral fat. At the same time, an incredible ancestral cooking trend is making a massive comeback across the United States. Reversing decades of bad advice, top nutritionists are now recommending the use of healthy, stable, saturated fats like grass-fed beef tallow, duck fat, or grass-fed ghee for high-heat cooking, instead of highly refined vegetable and seed oils like canola or soybean oil, which oxidize instantly under heat and cause severe cellular damage. Look at the real-life case of Mark, a 45-year-old tech executive from Austin, Texas. Mark suffered from grade 2 non-alcoholic fatty liver disease and carried a severely protruding hard belly caused entirely by visceral fat. He had tried starving himself on extreme low-calorie diets and running on the treadmill until exhaustion, but his belly would not budge, and his liver enzymes remained dangerously elevated. Only when he shifted his strategy, eating 3 whole eggs every morning, wearing a CGM to ensure he consumed his protein and fiber first, and adding fermented sauerkraut and extra virgin olive oil to his daily routine, did his body finally stop craving processed carbs. Within less than a month, his liver enzymes completely normalized, his energy levels skyrocketed, and his waistline shrank automatically without wasting an ounce of willpower on starvation. However, all of these dietary changes will become completely meaningless if you ignore a hidden internal enemy that is silently controlling the fat-storing process from behind the scenes, the master stress hormone, cortisol, and your body's deep, subconscious sense of insecurity. This is exactly why so many high-achieving, hardworking people crush it at the gym, eat a flawless diet, yet still carry a dangerous amount of stubborn belly fat. Their biological nervous system simply feels unsafe. When you live in a constant state of chronic psychological stress, sleep deprivation, or corporate anxiety, your body activates an ancient, primitive survival mechanism by releasing a nonstop flood of cortisol. Dr. Robert Lustig, a renowned neuroendocrinologist and professor emeritus at the University of California, San Francisco, has stated clearly in his research that cortisol is the exact hormone that signals the body to fiercely guard visceral fat around your vital organs as an emergency energy reserve for an impending crisis. If your cortisol levels do not drop, your visceral fat will never disappear, no matter how few calories you eat. To break this hormonal trap, you must apply zero-cost nervous system calming habits immediately. First, implement the famous 30-30-30 rule, an ultra-popular trend popularized by human biologist Gary Brecka. This rule states that you should consume 30 grams of protein within 30 minutes of waking up, followed immediately by 30 minutes of low-intensity, steady-state cardiovascular exercise, like a gentle walk. This specific routine burns pure fat without spiking cortisol, keeping your nervous system in a perfectly calm, stable state. Additionally, make it a non-negotiable rule to take a gentle 10-minute walk or simply do light household chores right after your biggest meal of the day. A landmark study published in the Sports Medicine Journal proves that this simple post-meal movement cuts blood sugar spikes by up to 30%, shifting your body out of sympathetic fight or flight mode and directly into parasympathetic rest and digestion. Modern wellness trends also heavily favor grounded walking. Walking completely barefoot on grass, sand, or natural soil at the end of the day to absorb Earth's electrons, which has been shown to reduce systemic inflammation and lower cortisol levels in just minutes. Most importantly, take the digital detox challenge. Keep your smartphone completely out of your bedroom and do not touch a screen for the first 30 minutes of your morning and the last 30 minutes before bed. This eliminates the artificial dopamine spikes and cortisol shocks caused by checking emails or scrolling social media. Consider the story of Sarah, a 32-year-old marketing director from New York City. Sarah was caught in a nonstop loop of high-stress work, drank iced coffees on an empty stomach, slept poorly, and carried stubborn visceral belly fat that defied all her intense cardio workouts. She decided to completely change her nervous system signals. She banned her phone from the bedroom, started doing 10 minutes of grounded walking after dinner, and practiced a trending technique called NSDR, or non-sleep deep rest, a 20-minute protocol popularized by Stanford neuroscientist Dr. Andrew Huberman to calm the nervous system. The moment her mental stress dissipated and her cortisol levels plummeted, her body finally felt safe, and it automatically unlocked and incinerated the stubborn visceral fat she had been trapped with for years. Once your mind is completely relieved of pressure during the day, the final critical barrier to optimize fat burning is setting up the ultimate bedroom environment to guarantee deep, restorative sleep. The last piece of the puzzle to lock in this 20-day visceral fat destruction lies entirely within your sleep architecture. Nighttime is the golden biological window for your body to release peak amounts of human growth hormone, the most powerful, natural fat-burning and tissue repair hormone we possess. But this fat-burning miracle only occurs when you successfully reach and maintain the deep, slow-wave sleep stages. Dr. Matthew Walker, a world-renowned sleep scientist and professor of neuroscience at the University of California, Berkeley, has pointed out that your body's core temperature must drop by about 2 to 3 degrees Fahrenheit for the brain to successfully initiate and sustain deep sleep. Modern bedroom biohacking trends recommend lowering your thermostat to an ideal 65 degrees Fahrenheit, which is around 18 degrees Celsius, and installing 100% blackout curtains to eliminate all ambient light pollution, which stimulates maximum natural melatonin production. Health tech enthusiasts are now completely obsessed with smart, water-cooled mattress pads that automatically adjust the bed's temperature throughout the night to match your sleep cycles, prolonging your deep sleep window, which is the precise time when visceral fat is liquidated and metabolized most effectively. This 20-day journey to force your body to destroy visceral fat is absolutely not a form of dietary punishment or physical restriction. It is a brilliant, medically validated, hormone-focused strategy that flips your internal biological switches from dangerous fat storage to safe, effortless fat release. It is about working with your biology, not against it. Start with your very next meal, implement that digital detox, and optimize your sleep environment tonight. If you found these actionable, practical, and deeply researched insights helpful for your health journey, please hit the like button, share this video with your family and friends, and subscribe to Shiny Vital right now. Your incredible support is the exact fuel that keeps Shiny Vital digging deep into the latest medical literature to deliver the most powerful, cutting-edge health solutions on the internet. Before we close today, I want to hear from you. Leave a comment below and let me know. Which of these science-backed habits are you going to implement starting tomorrow morning to rescue your body and kill visceral fat? Let's share our goals and grow healthier together as a community right here at Shiny Vital. Thank you so much for watching the entire video. I wish you a beautiful, lean, high-energy body and a life full of vibrant health. Take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.